Hello there. By the title of this video, you've noticed that this is a different than our usual videos that we do. Yes, it is our month in review video. It is kind of the third or kind of the second because my first month was kind of an overall review of what I've done so far and a general look at what I accomplished in that month. We did September 2022, and now we're doing October 2022, where we specifically talk about the month that went on. This isn't about what's happened before then. This is just about looking at the month the way that we've kind of been looking at days. We've kind of had set some goals for ourselves, and we've we're trying to see if just the same way that we schedule stuff for our day, we see what we could do in our month. And this video or rather this month is a little bit different because we did write a list, a pretty decent list of things that we planned on doing, and we were able to assess how well we did. Spoiler, well, I'm gonna get into it obviously right away, but really did not do well here. Um, yeah, but I'll go over it and we'll go from there. So, um, let's begin, I guess, with what we we wrote down, right? Goals for October 22. Consistent sleep on time. Nope. Was not able to do it. Nope. Fail. Regularly finishing what we have to do for the day and begin recording our daily video before the time we set out. Fail. We had a few days where we were able to do this, but majority was not. Make one effort to meet a potential romantic partner. Passed exceedingly well. This is really the story of this month, if I had to really talk about it. Develop a solid foundation for Twitch. Passed satisfactorily. Failed terribly. Failed. Yeah. Failed satisfactorily. 3 one-off videos on YouTube. Nope, not even one. Failed, and not even one. Create at least one edited thumbnail for YouTube. Failed. Create YouTube banner. Failed. Complete at least 2 long-term goals. Nope. Failed. Complete at least 7 short-term goals. Nope. Failed. I don't even know how many I really was able to do here. So overall, this is a, you know, very disappointing um, result that we've got here. Let's, what can we really say? I mean, this ended up really kind of shifting our mind in a certain way, which makes sense, but it's not an excuse for all of these other things, right? And one thing I will note is that I kind of forgot about this. This is my first time reading these again since I wrote them, which is not what it's supposed to be. I need to be reviewing these. In fact, maybe at the end of each week of the month, I kind of do a little bit of an assessment. How are we going on these? And I think that's what I will do because I kind of forgot about this and I didn't have that sense of urgency. Oh, I really want to do this. I really want to do this. So that is what I'm taking from this. For our schedule, so we're going to compare what happened here. This is the state that we were in. Um, and oh yeah, we did do the keyboard, but I wouldn't really call that much of a long-term goal. But we went from there to this. So the romantic really improved. Family went down. Friends went down. Sleep went down. Nutrition, fitness, and physio went down. Main job went down. And then YouTube and Twitch stayed the same. So, realistically speaking, this was a downgrade, you know? This was a downgrade. The only thing that went up was the romantic one, by a lot, noticeably so, but this was a very clear downgrade that occurred here. And I truly believe that um, we kind of we lost our way in a certain sense. We've got this thing going on with my friend right now. I mean, I will say some of these things, especially the family and the friends and the fitness and physio, right? Like they were good, and then they kind of went down near the end of the month. Um, in fact, our friends, at least the friends, did at some point go up. In fact, even family. Now that let me just quickly bring that back. Like you see, family at one point ended up going up. So did friends, right? Um, our YouTube also went up at some point. Um, physio became blue. Um, nutrition, nutrition is at a yellow. Like so. It we kind of really started to go downhill near the end of the month. It was kind of like we started it well, and then it kind of started to go down. Again, the romantic department is the one that really shined, but it as I kind of predicted, that I said that I felt like, one of the reasons why the romantic stuff I feel can I was trying to wait on it and not get into it is because I realized the amount of time that I have, the amount of willpower I have, the amount of, overall time distribution. And the more I involve myself with it, the less time I end up having towards what I want to do. And it's going to hinder that. And this is a clear demonstration of that. So that's basically been the story of this month. It's an important phase of our journey, right? Early on. This in a sense I would call it our first real sense of adversity, right? Initially when we started um and this is for the 100-day video that I'm supposed to be talking about this for. But initially when we started, things went really well, right? We had that initial boost of motivation. We're like, all right, let's do this. Let's crush it. Let's get all these massive gains starting up all at once. And then now we're at a point where we kind of started, like I mentioned, it's like it was going up, 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 and then it started to and then it started to like go straight, and then it started to go back down. So like just a little bit. That's what basically happened. It's like we're still up, but we had like a high and then like this. That's what it kind of like looked as. And I associate this as being something that's probably natural when you are on your improvement journey, right? It's not all sunshine and rainbows. It's not always going to be going constantly up, 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 up everything, right? Or just a little bit down and up, 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 right? There are downwards. They do exist. There were multiple little, but somewhat significant instances where that happened. And this is really the test. This is really about, I think, where you ask yourself, I mean, did I do abysmally? No. Pretty bad though, considering all the goals that I had that I wasn't able to do. And this is the test kind of that determines, are you going to keep pushing through? Are you going to keep up that consistency? Right? I think this is very important for not just this kind of self-improvement journey, but a lot of things that people try, right? Whatever it might be, whether it's learning to play an instrument, learning a new language, trying to stream for the first time, trying to do many things, you're going to hit a point where things kind of plateau, things don't really go well, and then you start questioning yourself, do I really want to do this? Am I really supposed to do this? Is this really for me? Doubt starts to come into your mind, right? And this is a very critical stage where, as opposed to being, oh, poor me, no, you're right, I'm not able to do this. All the negative thoughts that we have in our subconscious start to come out, and you start feeling bad. That's a response you could have, or you could have the response of treating this as motivation, right? No, I didn't do good this month. I really want to get this next month. I want to make up for this month. And that's the attitude, that's that hunger that you need to have for this. You need to be like, all right, we got a challenge here. This isn't as easy as I thought it would be, but you know, you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. I don't know. But you gotta go through some adversity to get the results that you need. I think this is just a very simple cliche, but it's a true thing about life. Things don't just come to you. You gotta put in the effort for them. So, with that said, I think we are ready to go to the next phase of this video, which is our plan for November. November 2022 goals. So, what are we going to change it up with this time? We are going to focus once again on um, sleeping on time consistently. How you spell consistently? Consistently? Is it an A? Consistently? Consistently. All right. Anyways, we do the other thing. Organize time management to have everything or most things done by the set time and begin recording video consistently. Um, what else do we want to really do? Is there anything for streaming that I'd really like to do? I don't think so. Hmm. I mean, in a way, I could have had this pre-done, right? But I think it's important. I mean, you guys are seeing my raw thought process go on right now, and I hope that it can kind of show you, like, hey, you can do it too. I don't like, it's kind of something that I really like about my videos. I'm not going to talk too much about this, but just I want to try to make my videos relatable to you. I want you to see that just the same way I'm thinking about something, you could think about it the same way. It's doable, right? As opposed to, let's say I had this whole list done. Well, how did I come up with that list? How did I get to that? Right? These things are important. Um, we're gonna be a little bit more realistic here in terms of we're gonna complete one long-term goal. Complete 5 short-term goals. Now we're doing this because we're trying to be realistic, especially given how difficult what we said before was. And we could excel. We could do better than this, but this is where I want the par to be. This is where I want the standard to be. Um, and part of those short-term goals will be what I'm about to say here, but um, significant YouTube work can't stay the same. So this is to say, whether it's, I'm not going to say, oh, like last time, oh, the YouTube intro, thumbnail. Um, what is YouTube intro? I go with YouTube. Oh, intro. Oh, I know what that means. Like if I had like an effect that plays. Um, like the banner, the thumbnails, right? Uploading my possibly uploading on Reddit. These are all things that I could work on, and instead of saying I want to do all of them or which one, I'm going to put significant YouTube work, which involves doing some of them. Can't stay the same. I don't want my channel to look identical to what's been going on. We're going to go with the same. I like this one. 3 one-off videos. Yeah, there's someone on Steam that is playing a game. 3 one-off videos. Um, what else? 3 one-off videos. Anything for work in particular? Honestly, I've been kind of slacking at work lately. I haven't been as motivated, as hungry for it. So, uh, perform very well at work. We're gonna put that there. What else? Is there anything that I really want to work on? So the YouTube, we have got that work to do. The Twitch, honestly, I'm not gonna put the goal of finishing my current goal because I'm really happy with the way that my Twitch is going. So I'm not going to touch that or bring mention to that right now. I mean, other than just like keep, we'll put this keep up the Twitch, and if uh, and in and try new things if reasonable. Try new things and innovate if reasonable. Okay. Um, I don't really have any workout goals. I really, you know what? Also, my headset died. It does that when, anyways, it doesn't matter. Improve nutrition. Improve nutrition to a to at least mid green. Currently it's at yellow, there's light green, and then there's mid green. I really want this to be done. So this I feel good about. This is very clear, it's reasonable, it's measurable, um, and this is something that I can remind myself of. That like the end of this week, which is coming up in not that long, another 3 days or so. Um, I'm going to go over these. I'm going to just go, okay, what did we work on here? What can we work on? And I can plan out what I want to do. So that is what the goal here is. Okay? So that basically is October 2022 in a nutshell, as well as what we have planned for November 2022. I feel good about this list. I feel a lot better. It's kind of, and this is I think a demonstration of what trial and error looks like, right? I saw the goals, I saw how I did in October. I'm adjusting for November, which I really want to do well in. I mean, we could do beyond what we've done here, but this is where these are kind of like the bar that I'm sitting off. I don't think I'm asking too much here, right? I really don't. It's not that much, and I think the key is to try to, again, not do everything at once, focus in on kind of one objective at a time, which makes it more realistic. It doesn't seem as difficult to do. And yeah, I mean that's really what we're trying to do here. So, with that said, I feel good about this month. I feel good about what's coming up. I know that November, it's no we're November 3rd technically now. I mean November 2nd just passed, so we're a little bit, late on the start here. But this is essentially what I think guides us towards in the bigger picture. And I know I mentioned this in last month's video, but if you're too focused on the day to day, you're missing the bigger picture, right? Clear, like maybe when I was going day to day, I was like, I didn't realize, I didn't think I didn't realize I did as bad as I actually did when I saw all those goals that I set out, right? The day to day, it's too focused in, right? And that's why um, these monthly reviews and monthly assessments are very important, and I would highly recommend you do the same, right? If you are doing something similar to me. I would almost argue that doing these monthly assessments are almost more important than the daily ones, kind of. They both have important factors, but you really need to be able to look in the grand scheme because you can get lost in the day to day. Um, so that is basically what I have to say for this video. I feel good. I feel like I'm motivated for this next month. Like I said, I really want to crush this next month. I really want it to stand out in the length of what this channel's about as like, wow, look, you really did hard today. I really focused on this. I really told myself, you know what, I'm taking this very seriously. I want to show what I'm about. And I'm saying this now. Is it possible that I completely fail on this tasks? It's possible. But I go back to one of the most important things in this whole thing, maybe the most important thing. It's all about consistency. It's all about doing something towards the goal. It's all about trying to keep on moving forward, no matter what's going on, no matter how annoying or hopeless the situation may be. You still remind yourself, you still talk about it, you still try, you still think about what you want to do. You make some effort, you do something. And at the very least, I'm still uploading that video. I'm still uploading that video every day, right? Take your small wins, take those, right? Don't get obsessed with them and think, "Oh my God, look at what I did," and be realistic. But at the same time, you know, you are doing something, right? You can take some sense of pride in that, okay? So I'll leave it at that. I feel great about this video, despite clearly, we went down this month. I feel like this is necessary almost. I really feel like you kind of need to get hit to really be like, all right, let's get to it. And the adversity again. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you've gone through something similar. Let me know what your path is if you're going through something like that. I love discussions like this. I'm kind of coming up with something new now, but if at some point, this channel ends up having more people watching and people are kind of copying or doing their own version of what I'm doing in their own way, I like the idea of I'm always going to be looking at these things. Even if at some point I make it really big, I love to hear actual growth in other people because that really is the most important thing in this whole channel. But I wanted to also mention that I just love the idea of seeing people piggyback off each other, like seeing some growth, seeing people like help each other, right, in the comments possibly one day. I'd love to see that. But yeah, don't be shy. I mean, if you're shy, and that's fine. But I I encourage this openness. I think it helps give you more sense of accountability, a more sense of feeling like you got to do it when you kind of involve other people. So think about that, you know. When you're stuck with yourself, it's kind of easy to slip out of the way. Me, I'm just out there. I'm giving you my life completely. I'm constantly feeling accountable. I know there's people watching my videos. I know there's people tracking how I'm doing. And I don't want to be, just constantly going down. I want to be like, you know, and I'm not faking it. I'm being honest about what I'm doing. So I encourage the same to you. Good luck. Try your best. If you're with me, go maybe this November, really, really crush it. Or whichever month you happen to stumble across this video, if you're kind of going along this journey with me and you've just had kind of like a rough month, try to really go at it with me, okay? Like to really crush it. So I'll leave you at that. and I'll see you in about 30 days. Have a good one and good luck.